Welcome back to my mental health and crime channel. My name is Huda London. This is for education purpose only. This is the case of the Idaho 4. May the 4 victims rest in peace, condolence to the families, and may the correct justice be served. Today I'd like to go back to the beginning of this very case. If you'll remember from the very beginning, I've spoken a lot about the black truck. I find the black truck to be extremely important in this case because we see the black truck from around 2:48 a.m. That's right before the unalivings happen. And we see it passing by Taylor Avenue when the Bandfield alcohol stop is going for those 3 young men and Saeed. The black truck is kind of interesting because the tripod from Illinois, Chicago recorded that the black truck was standing outside 1122 Kings Road, and that was at 2 a.m. Pay attention to the 911 transcript. At 10 past 2 a.m., DM calls Eric G., the private Uber driver that drove Kaylee and Maddie home. She texts him a message and she says, "Are you around?" And he replies back and he says, "Yes, he is." We don't know if he came and he picked her up, and we don't know what was the reason she even texted him. I would assume that there was something happening at the home that DM must have felt unsafe about, and she called the private Uber driver to drove her out of the place. The tripod recorded a young female running from the sliding door hysterically out to the front of the house, and the black truck was parked, or it was standing outside the house, 1122 Kings Road. We've all heard rumors and we've seen pictures of DM standing next to a black truck with keys in a hand, a big black truck which looks similar to the truck that passes by Taylor Avenue. Now, what I find to be interesting is I love to go back to old stuff, articles, whether it's on Reddit, whether it's on 4chan, wherever it could be on. I like to go back to Facebook. I like to go back to old clips just to see if there's anything interesting there. And going through pictures, I found something very interesting that I wanted to share with you. Kaylee and a friend of ours are sitting behind a black truck. It looks like they have swimming costumes or bikinis on, and they're just sitting and enjoying a warm summer day. I want to know if that is the same black truck. Pay attention to this black truck that Kaylee and a friend are sitting inside. They're sitting at this black truck, a pickup truck. It looks like a huge truck. I don't know when this picture was taken, but Kaylee looks a bit younger there. But it is from Idaho Moscow College or University. Whose black truck is this? Does Kaylee know somebody who drives a black truck like this? Or could this just be another black truck from her hometown? It is a big black truck. Who owns this truck? And when was this picture taken? Kaylee looks a bit younger there. I wonder if her father, mother, brothers, any family members own a black truck. If you read down below, it says that it's Jack Decor and Murphy. I believe this is the second day after the unalivings. My question is, could this be the black truck? And my most important question up to today is, why did Jack D color his hair dark or black? This is a big black truck. Does his family own a black truck? Could that be the black truck that was seen coming from 1122 Kings Road that the tripod captured in the video? Why did this young man need to color his hair black? I've heard some people saying that that ain't Jack D and it's Adam. But I do not believe that. Adam is much taller. This does look like Jack D, and it's written Jack D downstairs. This picture was taken on the 22nd of November, so this would have been 9 days after the unalivings. Jack D had on a cap the whole time, so we don't know what color his hair was. And if this is him, I wonder why he colored his hair black. It does look like Jack D. But why would he color his hair black? 8 days after the unalivings. He could have colored it before the unalivings. We wouldn't have known because he had on a cap. This is a picture of Jack D when he came with his uncle, and just pay attention to him. His face looks swollen up. His lips look swollen up. Why was Jack D ruled out the last? Imagine Jack Showalter, aka Hoodie Guy, who has a lengthy record, allegedly, of harassing women, got kicked out of his flats, was the last person, one of the last people to be seen at the grub truck with Kaylee and Maddie, was even ruled out before Jack D. Could Jack D have been upset that Kaylee was moving on with her life? Kaylee was moving to Texas, Austin, Texas. She wanted to travel the world. Why was he following Kaylee on Instagram and leaving her messages, but Kaylee wasn't following him back? Why was he the last person to be ruled out? You can see he's trying to avoid looking into the camera. Could have Jack D called himself from Maddie and Kaylee's phone, is my question. Or could he have got the suspects to call from Maddie and Kaylee's phone to his phone so that he could have got an alibi? Just wondering. Something was not right with Jack D from the very beginning. Why are the G family defending him? They don't even know who did these crimes because the court hasn't started. Steve Gonsalves has said that Brian Koberger had a kill kit. How would he know that? The speculations they do is really horrific, and they call us trolls. I believe that nobody's off the hook in this case. I see more motives and targets with Jack D and Jack Showalter and the Davids and the Frats. more than I see with BK. BK didn't even know the surviving roommates, according to Ann Taylor, or the roommates. Do you all remember the beginning of this case? The mayor said it was a crime of passion. Quite interesting. Did Jack D have a hard time moving on? Allegedly. And pay attention to Murphy, the dog was saved. Thank God. Wonder who saved him. He didn't have one speck of DNA evidence on him. He was put safely away in Kaylee's room. Or could he have been taken out of the house by Jack D. Adam, allegedly, and brought back later on? Or Murphy could have been taken out of the room by DM and BF, or Hunter, allegedly. I'm not just throwing out names, but the 911 call doesn't seem right to me. And how these people look doesn't look right either. Why was Jack D ruled out the last? Why would Maddie and Kaylee need to call Jack D? They spent a good couple of hours with him at the corner club. And why was Showalter threatening Maddie? You know we're going to get you for that, Maddie. Why was he threatening her? What time did Jack D get at home? Could WSU Kim, his story and theory about Jack D make sense? It does make sense to me. Jack D could have just jumped out from his window from behind, come around. It would have literally taken him 2 minutes to a minute and a half to come to 1122 Kings Road. The surviving roommates could have left the door open for him, allegedly. The front door was wide open, and everyone knew the code to come inside this house. The black truck passing by Bandfield could easily be DM's black truck, apparently a stepmother's, allegedly, or could it have been Jack D's uncle's black truck? The black truck was recorded by the tripod too, and it passes by Bandfield at 3 a.m. Both Jack D and Jack Showalter had on white hoodies that night. Jack D had on a jacket and he had a white hoodie under the jacket. So did Showalter. This was the picture Nika Nuggets was talking about. Although this is a bit blurry and I've shown you much more clearer pictures, but Kaylee was found in the sitting position. And I showed this way before her father even mentioned it. Where was Saeed getting these pictures from? And Jovito? Was it being posted on Yik Yak? Was it being sent around by BF and DM, allegedly? You can see the young man in the middle wearing a black glove. Wasn't one black glove found in the scene? This is what the tripod person wrote on Facebook. A tripod that was stationed behind the house. It recorded from 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. and shows a woman running from the side of the house as a truck entered the driveway. Now that's the black truck. She ran away from the house and right by our tripod at approximately almost around 2 a.m. A group member removed the tripod. I don't know who has the video. It is the group's right to not disclose why we record, but we would send in recordings in special circumstances. I remember as soon as they put up this post, it was removed within 24 hours. I believe that was then the FBI removed it when they came into this case, because obviously whatever the tripod recorded becomes evidence. And that will show that the timelines was between 2 to 3:30. Brian Koberger wasn't around those areas. This tripod has recorded the black truck. Was it DM's black truck? Or was it Jack D's black truck? Could it be the black truck that Kaylee was sitting inside? Where did that black truck come from? And who was the female who was running that the tripod recorded? Was that Bethany Funk or DM? Or Emily, allegedly? And let's not forget, 2 a.m. is what Stacey Chapin says is the hardest time for a family. And when the reporter asked her, was it your children that called you and told you? She said yes. So Stacey's triplets, besides Ethan, may he rest in peace, Hunter Chapin and Maisie Chapin called their mother and father and told them that this happened at 2 a.m. Then you have the tripod recording from 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. What a coincidence. It's beautiful that the tripod was recording, because the correct justice has to be served. That is the black truck. You can see the flash, the white flashlights. It's coming down the hill, and then it passes by Bandfield. Here's the black truck. It passes by exactly at 3 a.m. It does look like a big black truck. It looks like the one DM is standing in front of. Or it could look like the one Jack D got off. Or maybe the one Kaylee was sitting inside at the back of the truck with a friend. So this is the black truck, like you'll see. So now we have 3 people seen with the black truck. Kaylee sitting in a black truck, Jack D and his uncle, and the tripod recorded a black truck. I wonder if it is this black truck. Now the question is, who owns this black truck? This black truck is extremely important in this case, because the tripod recorded it out of 1122 Kings Road. 2 a.m. is the hardest time for my family, is what Kaylee's mother said. And it was Hunter and Maisie, Ethan's triplet, that called their mother. They would know, obviously. So they found out their brother was unalived at that time. Let me know in the comment channel if anyone knows or has seen any other pictures of Kaylee in this black truck. So to summarize it, it's really important to know who the black truck belongs to. I'm starting to see many people with big black trucks. DM and BF were texting people, especially DM was calling Eric, the private driver that drove Maddie and Kaylee at home. Wonder where did she want to go to? It was even said that Quincy Kelly, DM's boyfriend, was there that night. People in the college, university saw him. Where was Jack D that night? And where does he look like he was injured? Please like, share, and subscribe. May the correct justice be served for the 4 victims and for Brian Christopher Koberger, if he's innocent. Have a lovely night. Thank you.